Sculling? What the heck is sculling? In this video, we're going to talk about what sculling is, why it's important, and a great way to teach it. Sculling is a technique used by most swimmers to get the most out of their arm strokes. Sculling is basically changing the pitch of your hands, or the angle of your hands, as your hand moves through the water, so that way you're always using the palm of your hand to pull the water. For example, when swimmers do a front crawl arm stroke, or a freestyle arm stroke, they don't just pull their hand from here in a straight line all the way back. What they do is they change the angle of their hand and they pull in and out as they move their hands back to their hips, making their arm stroke much more effective. Most swimmers forgot how they learned how to scull, and so it's a hard thing to teach. Here's a great way to teach it. Have your students stand in chest deep water, put their arms out to the side, and just pull the water in towards them, making a wave. Then have your students change the angle of their hands so their palms are facing outward and push the water away from them, making an outwards wave. Then encourage your students to pull the water in, change the angle of their hands, and push the water out. Most students will like to practice this at the surface of the water. That's fine to start, but eventually make them do this in and out motion down by their hips with a bend in their elbow. Once your students get the feeling for that in wave and out wave, that is sculling. Encourage your students to practice sculling on their back, moving backwards and not kicking their feet. Most students will like to try to kick their feet when doing this, but that will take away from the feeling of sculling. So encourage your students to not kick when floating on their back and sculling. And once your students are really good at sculling on their back, this is a great technique to transition right into treading water. Make sure when they're sculling, they're keeping their hands close to their hips and not at the surface of the water. I hope this short little video helped demystify what sculling is and a good way to teach it. Good luck.